Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to another virtual full moon ceremony. Today is November 6th. In 2 days, we will have our full moon. In the United States, we will also have midterm elections. The full moon on the 8th is actually a total lunar eclipse. Now, a full moon, the effects of a full moon last, well, it's supposed to last 2 weeks, but after the full moon, the moon wanes, and if you look to the heavens, you'll see it getting smaller and smaller until it's just a sliver, and then 2 days before the new moon, we're in the dark of the moon. This lunar eclipse is so powerful. First of all, it's on a full moon. And on a full moon, things come to a head. Now, this particular full moon is in 16. I'm trying to do this without my glasses, and that's ridiculous. Okay. This full moon, this lunar eclipse on the 8th is in 16 degrees and 1 minute of Taurus. I'm going to go through in just a second. I'm going to go through where this full moon, this lunar eclipse, falls in your solar chart. And those of you who study astrology, grab your natal chart as well, because you're going to want to apply this to your natal chart, see what house the lunar eclipse is in, see what aspects it makes to the rest of your chart, and you'll have the entire picture. What I would do, I've been asked, well, what orb do I use on an eclipse? I use 5 degrees, okay? So if we have an eclipse in 16 of Taurus, that means it would be from 11 of Taurus, right? And it would also go as far as 21 degrees of Taurus. Now, if you have a planet that is 6 degrees from the eclipse, you know how your own birth chart works. If you want to stretch that orb a little bit, because it is, after all, a lunar eclipse, and it is a full moon, then go ahead and do it. I have seen that what works for one person doesn't always work for another. And I have noticed over my more than 50 years shriek in astrology that no two astrologers agree on everything. Some of them don't agree on anything. So what I'm going to suggest to you is that you do it your way. When I mentor people or when I teach people astrology, I tell them, play with your chart. See what orbs work for you. I like wide orbs. Some people say, who are very detailed, would say, no, that I can't just, leave the orb open. I want it to be X number of degrees. It is your chart. It is your life. You make the rules. I hope I'm being clear. Okay. There was something else I wanted to say here. I've got it written down, but I really just listen to what I'm told to share. Okay. Before I jump in, and I know what I was going to say. When we do these, when I talk about where the full moon is going to land in the Aries chart or the Taurus chart or the Gemini chart. Many of you have asked, are we talking about the sun sign or the ascending sign? For example, for some of you who don't have a lot of astrological knowledge, perhaps I'm being a little too advanced here. So let me make this bottom line it simply. I'm writing this for the sun sign. However, you know, and I know that the ascendant is the strongest point in the chart. And so some of you said, can we use our ascending sign? Absolutely. Yes. So if you're a Virgo and your sun is in Virgo, that's what I'm talking about. However, if you have Virgo rising, that would be your rising sign or your ascendant. Use that as well. So when people say, is this good for my sun sign or my ascendant? I always say yes, because it's good for both. It's your chart. You make the rules for it. I hope I'm being clear. And I hope you are seeing things through the eyes of an advanced soul who came here to contribute to our planet at this vital junction in its life. Just a little thought there. Okay, I know what I want to do. I'm so excited about this book. Take back your money. We're talking about having, not we, but there are people in the news talking about having a long-term recession. If you will get a copy of Take Back Your Money and do the technique, it's my own technique, step by step by step, you will be able to release what is blocking you from creating wealth. Now, your mind might be saying, well, wait a second. If we're in a recession, how am I going to create wealth? By getting rid of the programming that gave you the belief that if we're in a recession, you can't make money. That's not true. There are always people who make money. And I mean, honestly, that's how they do it, honestly. So this is a book I highly recommend to you. The stories that I've used, the interviews I've included are real. I have changed the names to protect people, to keep them anonymous. I did that, of course, as well with my book, Your First Sexual Imprinting. Clearly, obviously, those stories were so powerful. I wanted the women who were courageous enough to step forward and share their experiences firsthand. I wanted them to be protected. Okay. Now, my latest book, I know it's on the heels of the Take Back Your Money book, is called the Earthbound Trilogy. This is the proof. And it's supposed to be up and available for purchase, but I'm not sure if this newest version is. I got to show you this cover. Isn't that awesome? That was designed by my publicist, Denise Casino. She is a jewel. This book is science nonfiction. Part of it is made up, the names of the people. I've used places I've been to. I've used the names of some of my friends here. However, the story is the 3 stars in the story are 2 walk-ins and a hybrid. This book is not for everybody, but for those of you who are light workers, are walk-ins, are empaths, are psychics, are healers, are starlings. if you have walked in, of course, you're going to want to know about the stories because they are true. This book was written for you, and there's a purpose to it. The storyline is vitally important that we become aware of it. I'm not going to say another word. I hope you enjoy it. It's called the Earthbound Trilogy. There are 3 books in one. They are all related. They are all tied together. Okay. This I wrote spontaneously. I was trying to write a different book and this came through. So enjoy it. All right. Now let's talk about where the eclipse is going to fall in each sign, shall we? We got to start with Taurus because the eclipse is in Taurus. Now, just one more thing. Everything comes to a head on the full moon. It is election day for the midterms. All bets are off. I've been watching polls. You've been watching polls. I am polled to death. I'm over the polls. I do know that things tend to explode and come to a head on the full moon, especially if it's an eclipse. The eclipses are always strongest 3 to 4 months after they occur. All right? Keep that in mind. So, we're talking about February, March, and April of 2023. This eclipse will be at its peak. Now, in April and May of 2023, in each of those months, we have eclipses, or an eclipse is in each of those months. We'll talk about them next year. So, Taurus, this eclipse is in your solar first house. And this is you saying, I'm doing what I want, when I want, how I want, because I want. Taurus, you tend to be very determined. And once you have made up your mind, you will get the project done. You put one foot in front of the other and it gets done. This is you saying, it's my turn. And this is me saying, yes, it is. Gemini, this eclipse triggers your desire for solitude and privacy. It activates your spiritual side, which is beautiful. Cancerians, oh, how lovely. This one emphasizes your humanitarian side and your love of your friends. This is also a time for you to be a friend and nurture them. Leo, or should I say great, grand, glorious Leo? Yeah, we got to do that. Your career is activated. You are in the top slot. You are the leader. Step forward. We need your leadership. Virgo. Interestingly enough, this particular eclipse opens your eyes to a much bigger picture. You know how you tend to cross T's and dot I's? Well, that's what you are known for. And I say that as a compliment. However, you're going to be able to do that on a scale you hadn't thought of before. It's really great. So don't be afraid to step back and see the forest and the trees. Okay? Libra, very, very interesting. Your psychic awareness increases with this eclipse. You really are a psychic detective, and you're going to take clues in every area of your life and get to the source of the question. This is an eclipse of transformation for you. And if you're dealing with other people's money in any way, This is a strong point for you, helping other people create funds. Scorpio, you are the most powerful sign in the zodiac, and this is a time for you of partnership, getting out there and being with people, particularly on a one-on-one level. So if there's nobody special in your life, get out there and go where other available, socially available people are. Okay. If you are married or partnered, give that person your undivided attention. It will be worth your while. Sagittarius, your work is triggered and so is your health. If you have had an issue or a problem with your health, this would be a terrific time. I always say, get thee to a gym. Whether you use allopathic or homeopathic remedies, whether you do traditional medicine or acupuncture, chiropractic, although chiropractic now is mainstream. This is a time to focus on your work and your health. Both can be really beautiful. Capricorn, it's time for you to party. It's time for you to have fun. Oh, wonderful. And if you've got kids, let me alert you, they're going to want your attention. So if you can have fun with them, no matter what their age happens to be, go for it. If you are single, oh my, plan a party, attend parties. What's your favorite thing to do that makes you happy? Indulge in that. Aquarius, you are the true humanitarian of the zodiac. Give your attention to your home, your family, and to real estate in general is what I'm suggesting as well. If you're wanting to buy and sell, for example, if you want to sell your house and buy another one, and the interest rates are high and all that, just get very clear on what you want and how much you're willing to spend and move forward, because you never know what wonderful bargain is out there waiting for you. This is also a time for you to be with family members. Pisces, you have, sometimes you are divinely inspired and it's hard for you to express your dream. I see you being able to express yourself beautifully with this particular eclipse. And so share your ideas, not your concepts, not the big picture, but take the big picture and chop it down into small parts and then share it. Are you writing a book? Are you doing videos? What are you doing that involves communication? You got it. You got it made. And last but not least, Aries, I am thrilled to say that this month you are the one who reaps the benefits of this eclipse financially. As I go through all 12 houses, somebody's got to be the one who gets the money. And this month, it's you. Need I say more? You might be, you might get a raise. You might find that your side hustle brings in more money. And it could be something like the lottery. Now you might say, well, the lottery is the fifth house of speculation. That's true. And that's Capricorn. So be sure, Capricorn, you have a ticket, a lottery ticket. But this is money and nobody cares where it comes from. It is yours with this eclipse. And remember, the eclipse is going to last till the next pair come along, which will be in the spring of 2023. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Okay. So, I think what we will do now is burn our lists. The lists, you know, I always tell you to make a list of what you want and have your own ceremony. You don't have to do it right this minute with me on the video, okay? You might want to do it later on. Remember, we do have 2 days until the eclipse. So depending on what your schedule is, you can do it then. You can do it now with me and then do it again. Do another list. Don't share your list with anybody. This list you're going to burn up and send to God. I call God spirit. I am using God today just because. So I have my handy dandy bowl ready, and I have a much longer list than I thought I was going to have. Because after sitting down to write it, it just flowed. Did yours flow? It means you're up on it and you're ready for it. Okay, so I've got all these little pieces here. And, you know, I'm so great with matches. So, old school, it still works. Here we go. I'm just going to start one of these. Oh, it's wonderful. Okay, I don't know if you can see it burning. But what you're going to do is burn your list and send it to spirit, to God, because you want to give it over to God instead of clutching it in your hot little hand. And some of you know what I'm now fixing to say is the truth. When you send it to God, God sends it what you want right back to you. I shouldn't say right. Sometimes it takes a little while. Better, larger, more exciting than you thought. And this is why we let it go to God. And this, for the first time, is really burning up. See? So, and I release my list to God as you are releasing your list to God as well. I'm going to put my little burning bowl right over here. When I used to do this at the Phoenix and Dragon bookstore, we had to do it outside because we had like 50, 60 people. And on an eclipse, we could have as many as 70 people. And so we would burn our lists in this big flower pot, really, you know, a jumbo-sized flower pot. And as the wind blew, we were covered with the scent of these burning lists. And so I always said, enjoy that scent, because that reminds you that you have burnt your list and sent it to God. And just wait. Don't dig up your seeds. Just wait and see how what you want is delivered. So now that we have let go of our lists, I'm going to do my favorite thing. Right hand, left hand. And many of you know what I'm talking about because you've been with me for years. Okay. I do miss being with you in person, but the virtual full moon ceremony is really great because so many of you live so far away, like on the other side of the world. So, welcome. All right. What I suggest that you do, very, very simply, is put your hand on your heart. When you create something, when you ask for something, you want to be coming from love. Because if you're in your head, or worse, if you're upset with somebody or angry with somebody, it's not quite the same when you're asking God for what you want. So if you'll just put your hand on your heart, you're now aware of it, and you can move into a state of love. All right. And what I'm going to do, and I'm abbreviating this because I've seen that we can do that. Extend your right hand and place in that your heart's desire. Absolutely, just when you think about it, you almost want to cry. You want it so badly. You want it so much. And if you're not sure what all you want, put the feeling that you would like to have all the time. Do you want peace? Do you want joy? Do you want excitement? Do you want whatever you want, your heart's desire? Put it in your right hand and ask God to show it to you, because you might think you want that, but you don't want that. You want what that will bring you. Okay? Hope this makes sense to you. So it's in your right hand, what your heart's desire is. In your left hand, extend your left hand. Put what is blocking you from that. Ask God to show it to you. You don't figure it out. There's no thought involved. What is blocking you from having it? Is it rage? Is it fear? Is it self-pity? Is it money? Whatever it is, that is your excuse for not having what you want. Now, that's a pretty powerful statement, right? It's what the mind may be telling you. If you got the feeling instantly, perfect. And what you're going to do is take that and you are going to toss that out of your hand and send it to God. Get rid of it, because what you want is already in your right hand, and you put that over your heart and you say, thank you, God. Thank you for sending that to me. And I'm going to help you eliminate the blockages right now. I do this all the time, every month. First of all, you're going to take back your heart. And when you take these back, feel the love, the universal love, pouring down from the top of your head into every cell of your body and out the soles of your feet. When you take it back, you want to take it back completely and forever. And you just repeat after me. I take back my heart so I can love. I take back my soul because that is what I am. I take back my mind so I can think clearly and for myself. I take back my body because that body houses spirit. And we want a healthy body. I take back my honor. I think that's self-explanatory. I take back my identity. Your identity is spirit in an earthbound body. I take back my self-respect. You know, that just is so important. It eats away at you if you've given it away. I take back all of my God-given gifts, talents, abilities, and powers. And lastly, I take back my life. And let that sink in. Because when you take back your life, you are free to do what you came here to do. If I have not yet worked with you on helping you get your life's mission, you might want to set up an appointment on video with me. It is fabulous. When you take back your heart, your soul, your mind, your body, your honor, your identity, your self-respect, your God-given gifts, talents, abilities, and powers, and ultimately take back your life, you feel like a new person. You are empowered to be your highest and best. And I just want to close with, once again, the secret to having what you want. Is that secret is so simple. It's taking charge of your life and taking full responsibility for anything and everything that you have or you don't have. Now, I tend to be very matter of fact with myself. If something happens that is unsettling to me, I instantly say, okay, why did I create that? Why did I invite that? Now, I've had people say, well, I didn't invite this or I didn't invite that. And I would say, well, who did? As gently as I could. Because when we take complete responsibility for everything in our life, if it's in your life, you want it. If it's not in your life, you don't. And it may be on its way to you because first you put it out to the universe, what you want. And then there is lag time in case you change your mind. Some of the things that people have put out there have been done in anger. You can imagine what they are. Perhaps you've felt the same way sometime. And so you want to just give yourself permission to look at why you created this. Because if you could create whatever that situation is, you can create money, health, abundance, beauty, the perfect job. And I'll tell you a little secret. The way to start to take full and complete responsibility for your life for what's in it and for what's not, is to let go of the role of victim. Sometimes we don't really see that we're feeling sorry for ourselves, or we're blaming somebody else for what has happened to our lives. Remember, the victim stays a victim. When you release being a victim, you can come up with a solution to your issue. So I highly recommend it. I do think that I am preaching to the choir with many of you, because I've heard from you and I know how awakened you are. So I hope I have validated you. And so I think I've covered everything. If you would like a reading, just go to my website, MaxineTaylor.com, and my YouTube channel, of course, Maxine Taylor, Astrologer. If you would like a Take Back Your Life session, go to my website for it. And join me next month when once again we create what we want on the full moon. Until then, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours, sending love to all of you.